your syphilis.
And that's how we open. Welcome to Chris Reason Network. A Reason to Talk with Chris Reason. I'm here with the Beastmaster himself, Joe Herro.
Hello, my friends. We meet again. It's been a while. Where should we begin?
All I know is I put an applause in the background while you're talking.
You put in applause. Well,
Oh my god.
I decided to talk in rhyme. It's a song. In case you heard of it, put it in the message board. Thank you. Could you stop making noises back there?
Hey, I'm here with this fuckface.
I just keep getting angrier and angrier the more noises you make. I'm trying to be a good person. I'm trying to show my restraint, but you just keep pushing on my last nerve.
Come on, Mr. Cabbage.
You have those left?
By the way, this fuckface is Rodney,
So Rodney Bajangus Khan the 12th, sir.
also known as Cabbage.
Where the fuck did Cabbage even come from? You just
AKA
randomly started
Tugboat.
calling me Cabbage. I'd rather have Tugboat than Cabbage.
Tugboat.
The only thing I think of when you call
This
me
is
Cabbage is Avatar The Last
pre-Shockmaster
Airbender.
Tugboat.
I thought you were going to say all I can remind you about is slightly thin coleslaw.
Oh, what is Cole's Law? Thinly sliced cabbage. That's all Cole's Law is.
This has
It
been
would
brought
have
to
been
you
nicer
by...
if you could get that out without, messing up your words. But
Diarrhea of the mouth.
This is brought to you
Apparently
by
you can't
W
do that.
Energy.
the-
Get 10% off your order today using CRN10 at dubby.gg/discount/CRN10 and get a great flavor like Galaxy Grenade of guava, watermelon, kiwi, lime, and a whole bunch of other flavors like peach and beach
I'm
and
just
mudsledge.
telling you right now that first drink you said sounded delicious.
It is.
It is delicious.
It's delicious. I need to order more.
Oh. Next time you order some, make sure you drop some off at the Herro household, the Gregvich Manor
Herro
at
House of
307.
Fame
I'm not giving out my address.
I was like, are you really going to go with this?
I'm saying right now the beach and peach tastes like absolute
You guys
crap.
get 307. Become a stalker and find me. I dare you.
That's it. That's all you get.
That's all you get.
307.
So, you guys were talking about
So
Power
close to
Rangers.
69.
Fucking Christ.
I got a topic.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about things that happened before this podcast.
Yes.
How about you getting yelled at by the Ugandan giant,
Kamala?
Emmanuel?
I didn't get yelled at besides the fucking...
Oh, you didn't? So you didn't start up group messages?
No, that's all him. And other people.
He proved you wrong. He was like, "Show me your phone." He called you out on that, and you were like, "Oh, I deleted it," because you know that you are the one setting up these.
What?
How did the Uganda giant get into this podcast?
Because you were talking about something that nobody on the internet could possibly talk about. No, the only people that could have been known about the conversation me and Rodney were having about Power Rangers. By the way, our first civil conversation ever.
That is true.
That is very true. Our first civil conversation ever. The only people that could have known it are the two people in this room and the one person masturbating in the basement right now.
You're right.
The sad fact is he's probably not wrong about that one.
That we're all masturbating?
Yes.
Okay.
Precisely. As a group.
No, but since you guys are talking about Power Rangers, I want to discuss Power Rangers.
Oh, God.
Here we go again.
What?
Yes, you'd be a very pretty Pink Ranger.
Your mother's a whore. What is the best series?
The original series is the only series that I was fully enveloped in. It's the only one that I really paid any sort of attention to. Even once Amy Jo Johnson was out of the show, because I tell you this, I was 15 years old when that show showed up, so I was deep into my wow, this is the hottest girl of all time. And you know what? As a 43-year-old man, I stand by that statement.
Yep.
What about you, Cabbage?
Your head is full of concrete and stuff like that.
The first series season that I got fully invested in would have been Dino Thunder. It appealed to my inner fucking idiot. Just the dinosaurs, I thought it was kind of cool.
So you were a kid and you're like, ooh, dinosaurs?
Well, I mean,
Dinosaur.
no, it was that, and then their ultra mode. They got like the diamonds on the uniform. They like turned into spikes, and then the Yellow Ranger had like wings because she was supposed to be a pterodactyl type deal.
Okay.
I thought it was cool.
Hold on. They took pterodactyl away from the Pink Ranger.
And yeah, later on they made it a Yellow Ranger. The later.
And you're saying this is your favorite version?
That's what got me like fully invested into it.
But is it your favorite though? That's the fucking question, Cabbage.
Stop calling me Cabbage. I'm gonna shove a cabbage up your ass.
You're gonna have to catch him first, and you're gonna have to go to the grocery store and figure out what a cabbage is. You're gonna have to ask an old lady.
I know what a cabbage is. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I don't know what vegetables are.
Doesn't mean you can't go to the grocery store and ask an old lady where the cabbages are.
I don't like old people for one. Two, I'd probably kick her cane out from under her.
My version of this old lady did not have a cane.
I was about to say,
this is not the vision I was envisioning. This old lady, do you know what? I don't give a shit.
She didn't have a cane. Well, guess what? She has a cane now.
No, she doesn't have a cane. Well, maybe she does now because you kicked her for being an old broad.
And trying to ask for a cabbage.
You're like, hey, old broad, kicked her in the leg and said, "Where's the cabbage? Here's a cane, so I can kick your cane next."
While she's laying on the ground and you're squatting over
Where's
her.
the cabbages, Grandma?
He's not squatting over her. He's walking around trying to shit.
Just walking around.
See, that's the signature move, though. Just walking around, dropping bombs as you're walking.
No, trying to drop bombs.
You don't actually shit. You just try.
You just push really hard, strain yourself, and then you pass out. Then you get back up and do it again.
That's why you have bloody anus.
That's where those anal fissures came from.
What I was going to say was the only full series I watched is the original. And that I've watched multiple times and then also grew up with the movie. With the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. And that was literally, in my opinion, the fucking best. I was obsessed with Jason David Frank. And I don't know why. I hated the green version and loved the Caucasian Power Ranger for some reason. Because that's just racist. But
see, I didn't mind the Green Ranger at all. I think I may have liked him better because he somewhat matched the other Power Rangers, where the White Ranger all of a sudden has his
own shit.
Yeah,
like he's his own dragon, he's his own
dragon,
sword.
and it's like, no, man, this is supposed to be a Power Ranger. I mean, how was he a Power Ranger when he's dressed up like
almost like a ninja
knight?
Yeah,
or whatever.
Compared to their dinosaur-esque versions of their mechas or their Zords, because their Zords were dinosaurs.
Yeah, and his was a tiger. Well, the problem with that
his was a dragon.
The White Ranger,
Caucasian.
Yeah, he had a tiger. His was a tiger. The Green Ranger was the dragon.
What was the blue? A panther?
The blue is a Triceratops.
Wasn't there or am I thinking the yellow one?
The saber-toothed tiger?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the yellow was the saber-toothed tiger. But the problem with the Caucasian Ranger, as
that's right,
you put it,
correct,
is that was from that whole armor and outfit setup was from a different series completely, from one of the Japanese.
Right, because that's how they did this. Is everything that wasn't acted without with their suits and everything was taken from the Japanese shows.
Yeah, and so the Mighty Morphin, the Japanese version of that show was actually different from the Japanese version of the show that the White Ranger came from. That's a completely different series. But it's Die Ranger or something like that?
Excuse me. The Chris Reason Network does not put up with racism of any kind.
Yeah, Cabbage.
Don't jiggle your boob at me.
That's what that was? I turned my head. I thought he just slapped his own tit. I don't know what that means.
I did just slap my own tit.
What does that mean?
Typical Cabbage move.
But that was from a completely, it's two separate shows, and that's why he looks so off from the rest of them.
Yeah.
Is because it's two completely different seasons or series of the show. That's why he looks so different.
Yeah, but if you also think about it, even with the same different series from the Japanese one, they just made him whatever. And then technically him coming out in the beginning as the Green Ranger, but also because of Rita Repulsa. Which, mind you, isn't there... The booing works.
The booing works. Boo.
Isn't there a new... Wait, did anybody here watch the new Netflix thing?
Aside from you?
Yeah, I did watch that one. Yes.
Was Rita... I did not watch it, but was Rita Repulsa a cyborg?
No.
Didn't they bring her back looking like a robot?
She had a new mask on because they couldn't get the original actor an actor's face, so they put a mask on her to make her look.
Yet, even though not every
But she
single one
did
of those...
have the cone boobs.
The cone boobs.
Which
That's
even
the part. That's the best part.
Even as a 15-year-old kid, I saw the cone boobs and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
They're cone boobs.
Yeah.
But like, I did not watch that, and I wanted to. But the only downside is they didn't get the original Red Ranger, the Austin St. John.
They didn't get Amy Jo Johnson in there either.
No. And I was kind of disappointed in that.
No, he was in there.
Really?
Yeah. He
thought it was
shows up.
Well, I thought it was someone else.
Oh no, maybe they had Aisha in there.
Right.
They had no, I think Austin St. John, he was a firefighter.
So he just like
And
in
they
the
got
background.
the British girl too.
Yeah. That's. I don't know. I need to go watch it, but like,
She was the second Pink Ranger, I believe.
Oh, Catherine Sutherland.
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, is it
Meow.
since you saw it? Is it worth seeing it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. It's hokey. I mean, but I mean that's what the Power Rangers was. I mean,
Right. But compared to the other, even the original, would it even compare? Like, is it as good?
It's fine. It is what it is. I mean, it's worth a watch. I mean, I saw the 26 movies you bought last week, and it's probably in the middle of all of those. I'm never going to say it's a masterpiece,
But it's good.
but it's good.
Okay.
But now that we're talking about movies, what did you guys think of the reboot series, the reboot movie?
The 2017.
Yes, the
Film?
Oh, the one with God, what the hell is his name? He was
Bryan Cranston.
Thank you. Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Zordon.
I liked it. I thought it was kind of odd of how they all became Rangers, but like they got the stone and sense, and they're like they have powers without the suits. Like they had, they could. Most of them could fight, and then they had like weird.
Well, I mean the kid with autism. He couldn't fight, but I mean all the characters. They wanted teenagers with attitudes, and if we watch the entire series, none of them had attitudes unless Rita possessed them with one of their characters. Like when Billy and Kimberly were zapped and they became punks.
Oh yeah,
And they were the worst punks of all time because neither of them knew what a punk was, but yet they're like, yeah, get him, Billy. And they join up with Bulk and Skull. Who Bulk and Skull, greatest characters on TV of all time.
God.
They were the worst bullies in the world.
Oh yeah.
They would just split their own pants and laugh at each other, and then be like, oh shit, like Bulk is just this. My favorite episode though was when the Red Ranger Jason, he was lifting a barbell and doing it 1,000 times, and they kept losing count, so he would have to do it again and again, and he was trying to break the record of the bench press record. They kept calling it that, but I think he was just using the bar. Like they were just using a bar, and he was doing it. He did it over 1,000 times, and then we find out that Bulk holds a bench press record. Bulk is out of shape. And first of all, why is Bulk and Skull going to youth center?
When they look like they're in their 30s.
They look like they're in their 30s. They're just bullies, and why aren't they just sitting at home doing their marijuanas and their and smoking their alcohols and stuff like that? Why aren't they just doing that? They're just going to this place where everybody just basically bullies them, and they're like, "Oh, we'll get them back." And the Pink Ranger's gonna love you, Skull.
And it never has.
Well, that and they're supposed to be teenagers, so that's even creepier because they look like they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
And the fact, even if you were a cop, nobody's ever arrested them for their stupid shit or asking them why they're at a youth center.
And not only that, the guy that is running the youth center is just some dude that has he's watching people work out his entire day making smoothies and throwing parties. That's all he does for these teenagers, and he's very out of shape.
Yeah,
Ernie's smoothie
He
bar,
works
man.
at a gym. Wouldn't you think he'd pick up a weight or something like that?
have you seen 90% of the people that work at Planet Fitness?
No, I've never been inside of Planet Fitness.
I saw one come into work one day. She had a full-on Planet Fitness uniform on. Completely out of shape. 100%.
Okay, because what I'm thinking, I went to Experience, and before that, Gold's Gym.
Those actually hold like a decent,
Yeah.
representable. But Planet Fitness, because they have the hunk alarm, and you're not supposed to judge anybody or whatever. They hire anybody, and you could find the most out of shape people that you wouldn't even question they would even step in a gym, or even not even out of shape. You just look at them and like, dude, you're definitely a nerd.
Okay, because I go to Planet or Experience. I was going to Experience Fitness before they got out of Wisconsin. I mean, it is what it is.
Say, don't you
And
get a Planet Fitness or something like that now?
Yeah, I never even looked up that. But people, the people that work there would just work out while they were working there, and it to me that was weird because it was if you had problems, you had to go find the person that works there. Nobody's wearing a uniform, so it's just kind of
yeah, because you don't know who to talk to. Nobody's at the front desk.
yeah, and so you're and my scanner wouldn't work, so then I would just all right, I guess I'm just gonna walk in.
Right, nobody's gonna know.
Nobody's gonna know.
And
That's like the universal theme at all of those places, though. There's never anyone at the front desk.
well, especially if you're going to a 24-hour gym, you got one person working at night, and then they're either doing, if they're actually working, they're like cleaning the machines. When you're walking through the door, they're like, do I just do it?
Yeah.
What do I want to go use this tanning booth instead? But nobody's gonna know because they're not even near the desk.
You end up getting fried in there, turned into a tomato. Nobody notices because nobody's watching anything.
Yeah. And then I mean, when you're walking around, all of a sudden somebody's yelling at you like, "Hey, are you trying to take a shit?" And I'm like, "No, I'm trying to find a machine."
Trying to work out here, damn it.
But we're taking a shit instead. Well, what is the full circle of that?
See, that was a beautiful just turn it around. That was
Turn it around, taking a shit.
Hold on.
That was chef's
let
kiss.
Let me get something like that. There you go. And then some laughter, and then a gunshot for some reason. I don't know why that's even on there.
I don't know, and it's not even a regular gunshot. It's literally just.
Oh, okay. What's this? What's this?
Someone got slapped, and all you hear is ah.
It sounds more like somebody's having sex, from what I understand.
Potentially.
I mean, I can't hear it, but
we don't judge here.
Okay, let's do this. All right, hold on. I'm going to be listening. Wow, is this how loud I am? I just have. That sounds like two dudes going at it.
This turned into a discussion of Power Rangers and gyms and people that don't look like they should be working at a gym to us critiquing the Moana sound, whatever this thing's called, that I got off Amazon for $40. That surprisingly works well for editing and everything.
Moana, not just for sailing
The ocean
water.
blue.
Yeah.
No, you're a big movie fan, right?
I don't appreciate you calling me big, but I guess it fits. I weighed in this morning at 264 pounds, down from 320 pounds.
Congrats, my
I
friend.
mean, I'm a smaller movie fan, but I mean, I do enjoy cinema.
All right, that was the whole point of it.
So you weren't just trying to call me fat? So I'm
No.
taking offense. Okay.
Whatever, eggplant. All right.
Eggplant.
I couldn't think of another nickname.
Are you just calling me a dick?
Sure, because he's
Eggplant.
Cabbage and you're now eggplant.
Oh, okay.
Fine, you're rutabaga.
Thanks, I'll take it. I better be getting called this now.
No, I'm never gonna call you rutabaga. That's
Every
too
time I
many
see you
words.
now, rutabaga.
Well, I mean, cabbage is easy because it just flows out.
Cabbage.
It does flow out.
But your studio here has like,
A bathroom?
oh, okay. No, your studio here has. I mean, first of all, you need to get a fucking maid. I'm telling you this right now. I mean, you've got a drill right there, a guitar. You have a box of pizza. It looks like.
That we're eating right now.
No, we're not eating right now.
Why not?
And then you just have a random guy coming through wearing glasses and sweatpants.
Because I'm sexy.
I'm
I
so
I
glad nobody
think
heard
you
that.
need to look up what the word sexy means.
Seth Rogen is sexy.
No,
I hate Seth Rogen.
He's not. He's not.
His
The
movies are okay.
actresses he works with, yes, you can call them sexy. Anyways, I don't know what. Whoa,
How did we get to this again?
soften that J.
What did you even say?
Oh my god, it's funny.
I'm so fucking lost. So
He
movies.
threw out a hard J. I mean, what we talked about it earlier. We don't tolerate racism.
What's a hard J?
Being racist, I was being factually correct.
Yeah, but you really went hard.
How did I go hard in any manner?
You said what you said is you went. He's just a fat Jew.
I did not.
That's
go
what
that
you
hard.
said.
I did not say
Those
it
were
that
the-
hard.
Let's go to the replay. Chris, put on the replay.
There's no
He's
reason.
just a hard Jew. That's what he said.
Oh my.
The studio audience, am I right? Am I right? Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Stop it!
I'm just saying, but do you want to hear what the studio audience's laughter sounds like?
Do I?
Oh dear
I don't
God!
think I want to.
Shut the fuck up!
You ready for this?
Yeah, let's hear this. That sounds psychotic.
Penis.
Holy cow, that sounds psychotic.
Let's applause.
See, that sounds normal. I like that.
Cheering.
It's everything in this.
Why are there children here?
I drank your Juden.
Shut the
Dude,
fuck up!
get out of the studio, Seth Rogen.
Jesus H. Macy.
But
Is that awkward?
Yeah.
Why don't they have crickets? Crickets would make more sense.
I gotta figure out how to program these buttons.
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna figure out how to program my life.
That was us earlier during the wrestling. Whoa. I'm gonna take this. off
And
before
it's
it breaks
when
up.
we're all fired.
Oh god.
And we're all fired.
Anyways, so
Yeah.
we're going back to movies.
Anywho's what's it?
What
Let's go to the movies.
have you seen
No.
any good horror movies lately?
I've seen a lot of bad horror movies recently. Right now, I'm gonna plug something for you.
Okay.
It's really nice. I got thrown onto Tubi. Have you
app?
guys heard of that?
Yeah.
The Tubi app.
Yeah.
I got thrown onto that because they had Lucha Underground.
You guys want to met my pussy before I go to the grocery store?
Shut up, dude. We're trying to talk.
fucking record.
Yeah, I kind of do. Let me feel that pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Jesus Christ, just go to the grocery store.
Look at that. It's got a pink inside too. Look at that. All right.
the pussy.
Thank you.
I'm canceled.
Let's see if she says anything.
He
Nope.
won't.
Speak.
He won't
Oh, it's a male.
Yeah, he's a boy.
I'm sorry, I gender assumed.
It's okay.
Now it
That was
speaks.
fucking weird. Anyways,
I'm gonna go.
so Tubi with Lucha Underground.
Lucha Underground, and then I started going through all the horror movies that it has on there, and a lot of them have really good premises, but just go off the rails on there.
Oh yeah.
So no, that like
Would you recommend any of them? How ridiculous they are?
no, not really. Because I put on that thing to try to fall asleep, and every time like I fall asleep to a horror movie, I wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning, to go to the bathroom or to wake up for work, and every single time there's nudity on there. So it goes from horror movie, and then there's got to be another horror movie, and then a movie with a ton of nudity in there. And I wake up, and the first thing I see is boobs. It's nice most of the time. But some of the actors and actresses that get in there, like, I don't understand why they
Have to get naked.
have to get naked. And besides that, I mean, boobs are boobs. Enjoy them. But there are so many times where I will sit there for 20 minutes trying to watch a movie, and there's always that one guy in the horror movies not the good horror movies, but the bad ones, where he's just such a douchebag.
Oh yeah.
And I don't understand why anybody would be friends with him. And like, it's like there's always the premise of four
group.
people going to a cabin, and then they have their fifth friend,
Right.
who's just a fucking douchebag. And like, why would you invite this guy to
Right.
the cabin? I mean, you're two couples, and then you have a douchebag, and then there's always the sixth girl, the single girl, who the douchebag always thinks he's gonna hook up with,
Yep.
and she's never interested.
Yeah. That being said, just the douchebag part of it alone.
Yeah.
Have you seen Stay Alive? It's like 2006-ish era.
No, I don't believe I'd have.
The premise of it is they play this new horror game,
Sure.
and where you die in the game is how you die in life. But then you find out later it's been bewitched by this person who, where the thing takes place is a real place.
Mm-hmm.
And she's actually killing these people like that in the game.
Okay.
It's a weird-ass cast. I can't remember some of the people, but like Frankie Muniz is randomly in it. And he's
Of course, he's just randomly in everything.
and he's like the nerd, even though they're all playing video games, like a LAN party. But he's like the more like nerd that describes everything and tries to talk to you like computers and whatever. And then you got, I forgot the actor's name, but you have the douchebag in it that you don't know why they're friends, and the only reason they're friends is because he's the brother of the girl in it.
Oh, is this the one Stay Alive? It's got a controller on the front cover that looks like a fake. It's not a real system.
Yes.
And it's like a combination of every system that's ever been alive. And is this the one with Topanga in it?
I don't know.
No. Okay, so in this movie, it looks like John Foster is Hutch.
Yep.
Samir Armstrong is in there. Jimmy Simpson is Phineas. Oh, good for him. Sophia Bush. Heard of that name. She's October in there.
The actor, where is he? Oh, Phineas. He's the guy that played the douchebag, and I feel like he got typecast in like everything he's ever done.
Oh, is it? He was in American Pie, right?
I don't know if he was
the robot.
I believe
Is
so.
that? No,
No.
he's not. He's in.
He's in
It's
Always-
Always Sunny, and
and
he's
him and
one
his,
of the
like-
creepy brothers.
Right.
yes.
And ever since I've seen that and those, I feel like he's played the same type of character in everything.
I mean, he was in African American Christmas, Sorority Roll.
Which are
Urban Legend.
a lot of horror
He's
movies.
in a lot of African American movies. It looks like Urban Legend. I mean, African American Christmas. It's The Hitcher.
But like he does play a good douchebag, creepy person. But it just
I'm gonna get up for a second and I'm gonna grab a water from your fridge.
go for it. But he just seems like to be typecast and all that shit. You haven't seen? Did you watch that?
No, but you obviously know I'm not a very big horror movie person to begin with, so.
I'll start.
No. Did you just tell me what kind of movies to start watching, sir?
Yes, we're in the band of.
Eat that person's shorts.
Did you just point at a wall?
I just pointed at Debzilla.
Oh, I'm like, who the like? You pointed up, and I'm like looking at a wall. And I'm
Well,
like,
you're
I didn't know
always looking
walls
at a
have
wall.
shorts.
There's walls everywhere.
No, what movie?
Eat Johnny Cage's shorts.
Okay, I could do that. I'll eat Johnny Cage's shorts. But have you? What movies would you recommend?
Me?
Yeah.
Um.
No. Just kidding.
Well, like one of my go-to sci-fi movies is Interstellar.
Okay.
Not a fan.
Yeah, I don't like space movies.
Oh, okay.
To me, they're boring.
Understandable. That space movies are. It's a certain type of crowd to sit and watch that shit.
Sure, I fully agree with you there.
Because
That's the guy that played the creepy person in Stay Alive, and he's in It's Always Sunny.
oh yeah, I know this dude. He's a douchebag in everything he's in.
Oh.
He's definitely been typecast as that creepy. Just I watch you while you're showering type fucking role.
You know what
Like
though?
everything.
He gets booked.
Yeah, he does.
He has a steady job.
He does.
I don't think he complains that he's getting typecast because he's
No,
getting.
I was gonna
I
say
mean,
he does a good job.
He does have the very thin body type to where you're like, yeah, this guy's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
See, I've got the look that says creepy as fuck,
But every role
the-
he's
the-
in, that's
But,
like
but people still talk to you.
but
That type of look.
No. If you know me, then you talk to me. But I mean, if you didn't know me, like if you weren't trapped in a room with me, like working with me, would you see me on the street and be like, "Oh, dude, I want to talk to that asshole"?
Kind of, because I look at your tattoos and be like,
I
fuck,
guess,
he's
yeah.
interesting. Let's figure this out.
Well, I'm just gonna say this: my nieces and nephew picked out all my tattoos. Like I've got on my arm. I'm just letting the other people know I've got drawings that they've done. I've got.
Is that all of your tattoos? Has just been their drawings and
It's
stuff
been
from them?
It's been stuff from them. I got Gizmo. I got Animal because my aunt called me Animal. There's been like 3 tattoos that like they had nothing to do with.
Is it
like
the Ranger?
There's one that my mom. That's how my mom and dad signed their letters, pictures of them. And then I tattoo of chocolate milk. Because there was a bet that I made where a guy couldn't drink a gallon of chocolate milk in an hour, and he did it, but he threw the fuck out.
I was
of
gonna
it.
say if he
But, yeah,
successfully did that would have
Yeah,
sucked.
he did that, and then Animal was with my nieces, but was with my aunt. She called me Animal growing up my entire life. But I have tattoos of stuff my nieces drew, my nephew drew. I mean, this is my favorite one from my nephew. It's a picture of a picture he called the saddest man for the longest time. Like he was 2 or 3 when he drew it, and I was like, "Hey Jackson, who's the saddest man?" And he goes, "Oh, him." That's what he would answer every single time. It was, "Oh, him." Finally, like I got the tattoo of it. Okay, Jackson, he's on my arm. Who is the saddest man? He goes, "Uncle Joe, that's you." Because that girl left you.
Oh,
Wow.
wow! All right.
An observant child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, the tattoos, people normally see them. They don't see what they're about. And they, most of the time, they look me in the face because I'm a scary looking dude at times.
I'm just undressing you with my eyes.
But yeah, if I'm walking by myself in a park sweating, in pain, so my face is completely red,
Right.
because that's what I do in the middle of the night as I walk around neighborhoods, and most of the time,
As one does.
most of the time,
As one does.
I'm a fat guy trying to lose weight, and I don't like going to the gym because people are assholes at the gym.
Oh, yeah. True.
Like, I'm sitting there just trying to work out, and girls are just looking at me like, I know he's checking me out. That could be in my head, but, you know.
You're not going to do anything.
No. Well, yeah,
maybe.
I mean, I've raped a couple.
Jesus.
Just a little... No, he hasn't. All right, anyways.
No, I haven't.
Disclaimer.
No, I haven't.
We're getting canceled.
Disclaimer, I say things that are funny. To me. To nobody else but me.
Just to him.
So, yeah, we were talking about movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, about that guy. Like, he looks like he'd be creepy as fuck.
Right.
So that's what he's cast at, is somebody that's creepy as fuck. Like, I know that I wouldn't walk into a movie theater and be like, hey, we want to make a movie about you. I know they're not going to be like, oh, I see you as a romantic lead. Nobody would ever fucking... I watched this one movie where Kevin Smith was one of the suitors for... what's her name?
Is it Chasing Amy?
No, not Chasing Amy. It was Amanda Peet, I believe it was. Like, these three guys were competing for Amanda Peet, and I'm like, Amanda Peet would not look at you, Kevin Smith, and just be like, I said Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would not look at you and be like, yeah, I'd consider having sex with that dude. Not at all.
No.
So why is he a romantic interest at all?
Isn't that kind of like the whole
digress.
premise of the movie, the comedy, She's Out of My League? Like, you got this really
Yeah, but he's still...
quirky-looking dude.
He's still a decent enough looking guy. Like,
You would not picture him as the romantic lead, though.
no, you absolutely would not. But that's more of a guy comedy.
True.
Like who is that guy from there?
I
It's
just remember him in Fanboys and a whole bunch of other crap.
see, I keep mixing him up with what was I love you, Beth Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what that guy's name is, but that's a goofy looking dude, and like I get it because he went out of his comfort zone
Yep.
to let this girl know that he was in love with her.
Burrell or whatever.
Yeah, Jay Baruchel? Baruchel. He was the main guy in She's Out of My League.
She's out of my league. I'm not sure who that guy is. I don't think he's that creepy enough, and I really don't even know the premise of that movie.
Pretty much him and his buddies.
I've seen it, but
He like asked her out like at a party or something.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much he just goes for it, and then she ends up saying yes, and they just start dating. But then he's thinking the whole time that he's not worth it. And
Okay.
I think everybody that she's gonna introduce him to are gonna like fucking give him like the dirty look, like you are not worth being here. And
isn't that also that what's that movie with Jennifer Love Hewitt where she's at the party and
Party of Five?
No, it's got Jennifer Love Hewitt wasn't in that.
No,
that was Nev Campbell. Where
I'm trying to think. I'm looking this up because I don't even know.
She was in a party and this dude was in love with her the entire high school, and it's his last chance with her, and she breaks up with her boyfriend during that party, or her boyfriend breaks up with her.
Oh, and then like
he's
he
like,
gets
Amanda, yeah. And then Seth Green is in it too, and he hooks up with his old friend in a bathroom.
Do you know how old this movie is?
I'm guessing it's early 2000.
Because there's one called The Lost Valentine she was in.
No.
I'm just going by names now. She was in Tropic Thunder.
I guess.
I haven't seen Tropic Thunder in I don't know how long.
I don't think I ever watched that movie. never captured my interest.
You got The Truth About Love.
No, that's not it.
For frame of reference, the guy we're talking about, if either of you have seen the How to Train Your Dragons movies,
Oh yeah, that's the guy who plays
He
in
voices-
She's Out of My League.
yeah, he voices the lead, yeah.
You said Seth Green was in this movie?
Yeah.
God, how fucking far long ago was this?
Oh, Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, I know that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that movie is. everybody that listens to the podcast, the 3 people that are listening are probably like, dude, it's can't hardly wait. And it was 1998. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally just got to it right when you said
So,
it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, extraordinary. It gives the goofy looking guy hope.
Right.
I guess. I guess what that thing is. It's a movie. But,
On the topic of movies, were you ever, animated-wise, not movies, but were you a Transformer
no.
guy?
No. I was never a G.I. Joe guy. I was never a Transformer guy. But yeah, I never really watched
the movies?
Yeah, watched the movies, watched the cartoon. Never watched any of that bullshit.
What about you? I know you like. Are you into the Transformers?
Oh yeah, Transformers, GI Joe. Fuck, I had it's a similar era. I had the first season, the entire first season of the original Thundercats series on DVD.
That's not really GI Joe or
No, I'm talking like similar era.
That true? Yeah.
similar era.
Thundercats I got into. I got into.
Similar time period, like 80s cartoon.
In fact, Iron Studios came out with a statue of them, and I had to get those ones because I was a huge Thundercats fan.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've seen.
I've seen most. Yeah.
My whole living room is dedicated to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I absolutely love it. In fact, my friend Sam, she found a 4-foot Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle at Goodwill today and had a video chat me so that she could buy it for me. So thank you, Sam. You're not going to be listening to this. You don't listen to podcasts, but thank you.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember you having like a diorama type thing with the 4 turtles.
Yes. That by Prime One Studios, I believe, put that out. It cost me $3,000.
Jesus.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. It was really fucking cool.
It is pretty awesome. I think I've spent more money on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles than anything else in my life, except for my ex-wife.
Now, were you a fan of any of the live actions, the 90s?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love the 90s movies except for the third one. The first 2 were amazing. I might be the only person that liked the second movie better than the first movie just because I like the turtle layer so much better. So
Well, that was with me. The second movie I actually saw first, and then I saw the first movie.
Yeah.
So I liked the second movie better. But then I didn't realize this until later on. I don't know if they did in the third one, but I know Michelangelo, for some reason, parents and people were pissed off that he couldn't actually use nunchucks in the second one. Like, if you look at the beginning scene where they're at that weird, like, strip mall, indoor mall thing, and he grabs the sausage links
yeah.
as nunchucks. They got pissed off at that, too. That he used sausage links as nunchucks. And then after that, you never see him use actual nunchucks for the most of the movie.
I have to say that I never noticed that.
And I didn't notice it either until I started watching it again. And I'm like, what? Like, I mean, the first one is definitely darker than the second one because originally Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was dark.
Yeah. Oh, the comic book.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Shredder was. Leonardo handed Shredder his katana so he could commit suicide. I mean, that's fucked up for a kid.
But now that you have
and
Nickelodeon owning the rights, you're gonna have a more kid-friendly.
Well, if you read I don't mean to cut you off, but if you read the comics still, the last comic they did.
Oh, The Last Ronin?
The Last Ronin? Oof. They're all dead but Mikey.
Yeah.
They're all dead. And he's the Splinter, Master Splinter. They're all dead.
Yeah, you also know they're not going to probably make any TV show or movie based off that. And if they do, it's going to be definitely directed towards non-kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean...
Like, I don't know if it's out yet, but the trailer for the one that's produced by Seth Rogen that's coming out.
Well, that is 100%
I
a
haven't
kid's
seen
movie.
that.
That is 100% a kid's movie.
They're more like...
Your Mom's a Kid movie.
They are definitely teens, and they're worried about now acne and what they look like.
Oh.
and you can not tell the difference in voice pretty much wise between who the fuck's who and character.
Well, that's because teenagers, their voices are constantly changing.
It's similar to the way the Scooby-Doo franchise kind of devolved. Similar fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like the animated TMNT.
I see. I never watched that. I'm an adult. I'm what 15 years older than either of you, at least.
About that for me.
That's a problem with being somebody my age when I was working at a movie store. I would be hiring kids that are like 18, and I'm just like, I have fucking t-shirts older than you. Like, yeah, they're telling me how they're getting their driver's license, and I'm like, I waited till I was 21 to get my driver's license.
I did the same.
And you still weren't born until when I got my driver's license. So,
that actually brought up a good point.
What, driver's license or movies?
No.
when did you get your driver's license?
I don't have it yet.
Oh, there you go.
But what's
Eat me. No. The how the kid oriented.
The new one?
Yeah. That's the one, and this is kind of on the similar. It's a similar thing, but it's a little bit of a sidetrack. The one thing I absolutely hated about, and I don't necessarily hate it, but I definitely dislike it, about Disney getting all the Marvel stuff.
Did you think they're going to make them more kid-friendly?
If people were to go out and watch Infinity War and Endgame,
yes,
and then they were to go to read the comics themselves,
yeah,
the kids would be scarred for life.
Well, not even that. After a while, those movies don't even go towards the comics anymore. They started off with the basics, and then after that, for example, Drax the Destroyer was originally made to be able to destroy Thanos. He was stronger than Thanos.
He was.
But in this, he has knives and it can jump and speak different languages, and that's it.
Well, not only that, but the in the comics, this is my big point about if they were to make the movies comic accurate, it would scar people. In the comics, when Iron Man dies in the Infinity War Endgame, Thanos rips him in half.
Yeah.
In his armor and everything, there's literally, one of the panels is literally Iron Man getting ripped in half by Thanos.
Yeah.
And that's why, if they were to make it that level of dark and that level of accurate, kids wouldn't be able to watch the shit.
Well, technically, kids aren't supposed to watch it anyways because they're PG-13 for half of them.
But with Disney buying it, it still tells the same story.
Yes.
It's the same type of story, gets the same message across for a wider audience. I mean, honestly, you don't see the kind of gore that you see in comic books on movies, except for Punisher 2.
Oh yeah.
Director
God,
even said she said they wanted it like the comic book. I made it like the comic book. I mean, even if you look at RoboCop,
that first scene.
The first scene, it's still not as bad as you would see in the comic book.
God no. And then, that being said, you also got all the people for when Disney bought Fox, and they're like, oh shit, they're not going to make Deadpool rated R anymore. They're going to, it didn't affect them. I mean, they were thinking about it. They did make the PG-13 version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
And people were okay with it.
People actually love that one. Some people like it even better than the movie.
Yeah.
So,
what? Who cares? I get some people are gonna be all pissy because they feel like they're gonna change a whole bunch of stuff, but technically they already did.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna. There's gonna be some stuff related to the comics, and there's gonna be some stuff related to other stuff that you're not gonna even realize that they're stealing from other things. But it's comic, graphic novels, whatever. But they also mix a lot of those comics together.
Yeah.
So it's not just from one story.
And I mean, if you think about it too, you were talking about years and years of comic books, and they have to make it into an hour-and-a-half movie.
Yep.
Or 2 hour, 2.5 hour, whatever.
And they're not even at that point. They're not even planning sequels or trilogies or anything.
I mean, if you're looking at look at the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Harry Potter before?
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
I'm just.
If you go by the books
are a lot different.
They go very like Hermione is
Yes.
a fucking psychopath in the book, but then they make the Harry Potter movies. I mean,
She's sweet. She's still like a smart person, but not as cruel.
She's a bitch in the books.
In the time, in the time that they have to make the movie, like nobody is going to sit there and watch an 8-hour movie
For one book.
Throw that in there. I mean, that's what I like about the TV series, because the TV series has time to go into the characters and the different things. Like,
Because that's even how they're... I want to know what they're going to do, though, for that TV series for HBO. Yes, each season's going to be a book, but how... What are they doing with casting? Half the original people are dead, or a lot of them.
I think 4 of them are dead, but that's fine.
That's half. Or they're too old to play the
And one of
original
them
part.
died during
During the series.
But I mean, you look at this and like, look at it, like Ginny Weasley. Mm-hmm. In the movie, she's a boring character. In the book, she's a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Like her and Neville Longbottom, which awesome name, by the way. He is a long butt. Like, it is so long. They're badasses.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the last book, that like Ginny, what is Ginny, a seeker after Harry gets kicked out?
Yeah.
And the twins are so fucking cool in the books, but in the movie they're just like
We're
a
kind of like...
couple of jackasses.
Yeah, and they're not nerds. They're more dorks than anything.
Yeah,
And they're
exactly.
like, this is stupid. I'm going to do this. But back then, being said with TMNT, you did see the 90s. Did you see the Michael Bay?
No, I haven't.
Okay. The one thing I didn't like about those, well, the weird CGI, obviously, and they
Yes.
compared to explosions, but the fact that Johnny Knoxville, I forgot who he voices. I can easily look it up right now.
Leonardo.
But he voiced Leonardo.
He's Leonardo, yeah.
But not in the second one.
No.
Yeah, they replaced like almost everybody that was the voice actor in the second one. So like when you're watching, you don't really notice it that much.
Yeah.
But you're just like, why would you replace everyone? It's the sequel to the same movie. I get it if it's...
Didn't they do that with the original movies though?
Yeah, and they also replaced like half of the costume designs too.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I feel like if you're gonna do that, technically, you did replace April from the first to the second, and I think it's the second and third of the same one in the 90s. Casey Jones, I think, was switched.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, and then you get the one guy in 2 that he was only in the second one and nothing else, like not even like mentioned in the third. The main guy, the guy in the beginning who's delivering pizza.
Oh.
That like fights the guys with the turtles. I don't remember his character name.
Kato?
Kato, something like that.
I think
I don't
it was
know.
Kato, but
But then I'm also the one jackass that like the third one.
yeah, I watched the third one maybe once, even as a child, and was like, "This is bullshit. Why are they traveling through time?"
Yeah, it's
Makes
bad.
No fucking sense.
It's way bad. But then you also got the game though, the Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
But I don't think they went to that drastic measure, I guess you could say. But yeah, I don't know.
But I like the neutrinos.
The which one?
Neutrinos.
I don't know what the hell that is.
They're punks from Dimension X. Like the when Krang opens up the dimension, they're the thing that flies out, and he's like, "Oh, Shredder, the neutrinos are here."
So dumb. I love it though. All right. Thanks for everybody here joining us. I can hear that through this.
Jesus, Lord above.
Yep, I can hear that. Thank you for joining us on The Reason to Talk with Chris Reason. More to come with the Beastmaster, Joe Herro, and Cabbage. More. I'm sorry, dude. I just had to call you Cabbage again.
It's fine. I hate you too.
Check out Chris Reason Network on YouTube, Facebook, TVW, every Wednesday live stream on YouTube. If anybody guys wants to post their social media.
I'm Joe Herro. I want you to look up something that I've done in the past. It happened in 2004 for the first time. It's called TTW, Totally Tool Wrestling. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done. Me and my friend Joe Eastman started this wrestling company. So if you have time, look up Totally Tool Wrestling. There's a couple videos on YouTube. It's awesome. It shows my creativity, or it shows what goes on through my mind on a daily basis.
Peace and fucking bacon grease.
Thank you for listening, and go fuck yourself.